Hey everybody, welcome to my new channel. My name is Jeffrey and this is about um, sampling whiskeys while playing the game of Go. Now today we're going to be sampling Knob Creek 9 Eagle Rare 10-year Wild Turkey Rare Breed barrel proof and Four Roses small batch. Now I got all of those locally at Yamaya liquor here in Hiroshima. Now, there's one within walking distance. Um, there's one that is a little past uh, one of the two garden centers that I go to on my scooter. And then there's one that I can stop at on my way back from my quarterly visit to the hospital. Now, I don't have much experience with whiskey. I do like gin and rum, and I used to drink a lot of black beer, but it doesn't agree with me much anymore. So I thought it was time to explore whiskey, see what that has to show me. Now, I have played Go for a long time, but I have started a new channel that I've played one game on, specifically for this channel.
Game started.
Okay, looks like I have a 16 cue to play. Okay, so he's going to play a 4-4 stone. I will play a 3-4 corner. And he's going to go with double 4-4. So we'll do another 3-4 corner. Now it's very cold in my room. I do have a space heater next to me to make it a little more tolerable. So, well, I don't want him to go into my corner, so I will block that. Now we are going to start with A, which is Knob Creek 9. Okay, we'll get up on the fourth line. Okay. I guess I'll force him to protect his two stones. Now, I don't have much of a nose. I have nose, throat, and respiratory issues. So, okay, let's just do this. Most of my tasting notes is in the neighborhood of wow. Okay, we're going to go down here and approach. Now, I do watch a lot of whiskey channels on YouTube. And I know they have ways to express what they smell on the nose. I know there's a lot of language that has to do with the taste, but don't really know what what that's about so much. If he's gonna give me the corner, I guess I should go into the corner. No, this person is giving me a lot of side and corner. Um, Protect that cutting point. Let me get another taste of this Knob Creek. Now, I sort of get a sensation of dark chocolate on that. I don't know if that's especially valid, but it seems reasonable. Um, let's push him down. Here we go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Over here. Let's approach the other corner. He kicks me, so we're going to stand. Okay, so he extends way over there, which, I don't know, is that reasonable? Let's go over here. Attach underneath. Drop down once. Go up. Let's do this. He's going to have to try to protect that, I guess. And then, shall we attack that stone? Or do we want to go over and hmm, we could threaten to go under that stone. Okay, let's go with B is eagle rare. a little mellower. Yeah, I'm going to want to tutty this upper stone here. This will just connect there. Okay, let's do the same thread to go under. Okay, he wants to go into my corner. I don't think we want to let him do that. I think if he tries to run, we already have enough stones positioned to stop that. Okay, we want to keep him from getting an eye here. Let's do that, then we can punch that out. Where that's going to go. Okay, let's take a second taste of this eagle rare. Okay, but you're not getting an eye over there. Okay, we're going to cut off those 3 stones. Okay, let's jump out here. We always want to have our nose out into other people's business. Okay. Jump out once more. Slide under. Okay. Okay, so we're just reducing his territory here. So tell you that. Let's go over here. Oh, really? see. Okay, we've got to do something over here. We'll just do this. That's pretty standard. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's out into the open. Um, go like this. Let's do that. Get this group out into the center. Now, this might be a decoy. I don't know. We'll see what he does. Okay, it's running over towards my other stones. So let's go like this. Okay, now that diagonal protects if he plays at G13, I can Atati, and then I'm protected on both sides. Okay, let's run under here. He does have some good territory here in the lower right, and then in the lower left corner. Let's see if he's afraid he might not be able to protect his corner. Okay. Um, Another sacrifice, maybe. tidy that. And go like this. We need to protect some of our points over here. Okay, take that stone. Okay, let me see what you're doing there. Reducing me. Okay, let's go with the last one here. Is what? 4 roses. It's very mellow. Okay. If we play h6, we kill those 3 stones. Also want to protect those. Okay, did. And let's go here. Get some more points. That. Oh, that's not toddy. Let's save that. Let's do this. That threatens to cut off U9. And then we will stretch a little bit here. Okay, because we want to protect that. Like that. Well, that doesn't go far enough. Can't count liberties. That was an unfortunate thing to leave behind. Yeah, I would hate for him to do that. Let's do that. Four roses. Mm. We are an Atari. No 3 stones, so we got to fill it in. Okay, that is study and then connect myself. We don't. Oh, I could do that. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. That's okay. Let's take this away. Okay, that's a point. If I go like this. Those are dead. Connected. Connect that just to be secure. Okay. Go back to Knob Creek.
Pass.
Okay, yep, we'll pass as well.
Remove the dead stones.
Those are dead. That's dead. That's dead. Okay.
You have won.
Okay. So lower left corner, off to the right, center right, a little bit, center top, and that's connected to 4 spaces, top right for him. Win by 37.5 points. Okay, so let's go with what is this? A. Knob Creek. It definitely has some wow factor. We, especially in the back of the throat. Okay, let's look at some information here. Okay, so the Knob Creek 9-year-old small batch, produced by Jim Bean, has a mash bill of 75 corn, 13 rye, and 12 malted barley. Aged for 9 years, which is what the 9 stands for, and it's bottled at 100 proof. Okay. Now I think I have to check the Jim Bean product line, but I think the Knob Creek is the only Jim Bean I have. Although I've been thinking about getting the 7-year black. Let's give that another go. Yeah, you definitely want to temper that with a little bit of saliva by rolling it around in your mouth. You don't want to shoot it to the back of your throat. No, I don't know if I should go for another game or not. So I'm not streaming this. Traditionally, I stream games on Twitch, but this one is the Eagle Rare. The Eagle Rare is a Buffalo Trace product. Says it has the low rye mash bill, but I don't see typically less than 10% rye. So malted barley rarely gets above 15. So that means corn is going to be around 75 to 80%. Of course, aged 10 years. Yeah, that's definitely more mellow. It has a nice sort of evaporating effect through the mouth. That's very nice. That'd be a nice sipping whiskey. I can cleanse my palate a little bit here. Some unsalted saltines. Okay. For the wild turkey rare breed, this has proof of 116.8 said that's standard. I'm pretty sure that's what mine is. And this is a blend of 6, 8, and 12-year-old whiskeys. So the 12 is a little more than the Eagle Rare 10. It has a mash bill of 75% corn, 13 rye, and 12% malted barley. Got distracted in my thinking. I'm 74 years old, so that's not unusual. Then see, I had some dots underneath the Glencairn there for when, hopefully, when it gets warmer, I can have friends come over and we'll do a blind tasting of 4 or 5 whiskeys while playing some board games, which is what Hiroshima Gamers is all about. Of course, Hiroshima Gamers Go Club is about playing Go. Let's take a sip of water here. This cup mug is from my wife's best friend. She gave us a set, red and blue, around Christmas time. Very nice friend for her. They're going to go to Sri Lanka in March. If her friend's uh, visa application goes through, I guess my wife checked her application that was denied and found some mistakes in putting in the correct passport number and another thing as well. So once she gets that straightened out, there shouldn't be a problem, I hope. Otherwise, their trip will be canceled. They like traveling together. They often go with those two, and then 2 others often go together. That's a little bit sharper or tangier. Rye is 13% on that, 10% on the Eagle Rare, 13% on the Knob Creek. Now I do have, in terms of wild turkey, I do have the 101 rye. So when I thought about doing this channel, I sort of, over the course of about 2 months, spent too much, but within my budget, but still too much on whiskeys. Unless I can get people to come over and drink with me, because I'm not a heavy drinker. So that's why tasting sort of appealed to me, because actually I've got these filled a little bit heavy today, but typically when I just am sampling the things I've bought, I do about half of this. And if I do 2 of them side by side, half of what I've got here is about right for what I want to imbibe. Okay, so this is wild turkey rare breed. And that's pretty mellow too, except for that little bit of rye spice. I believe that's what that is. Four Roses. Now, Four Roses is interesting. Um, it's 90 proof, which I think is the lowest proof of these four. No, the Eagle Rare is also 40 proof. Okay, but it's has um, it has two mash bills. As far as I know, typically most distilleries go with one, and then eventually maybe go to another to do like rye or a wheated or something like that. But Four Roses, I assume, has always been uh, a mix. The Four Roses is a mix of four different barrels of two different mash bills. One is a high rye of 35% rye. The other is a low rye of 20% rye. And then they also have four yeast strains. My understanding is most places just have one yeast strain that they stick with. Now, maybe more recently, that's may not be completely true, but Four Roses is a little bit unusual to my understanding, and that it's got two mash bills and four different yeasts that it uses to produce their various whiskeys that they then blend together to create the flavor profile they're looking for. And this is aged 6 to 7 years. So it would be the youngest of the four. Now, my understanding in general that, for example, Knob Creek 9, um, the youngest barrel in the mix they use would be 9 years. So it might be more. Eagle Rare says age 10 years. Well, there may be older whiskey involved in that as well. But I'm a novice to uh, this, so it's just what I remember from what I've gathered over the past couple of months. Yeah, I would say this is the smoothest, um, easiest drinking. This is a Four Roses. Um, the Eagle Rare. Let's go back to that for a minute. So I think it has more flavor and it's got that evaporating, sort of spreading uh, intensity. Not so intense, but that sort of enveloping movement through your mouth. Eagle rare. I've heard that if you add just a little bit of water, it will do some chemistry in there and change the nature of the spirit just a little bit. So I think the amount that you mouth it and swirl it around and get some saliva into that uh, also makes a difference. Because that time was maybe less enveloping than earlier. Back to Knob Creek. Yeah, that's definitely sharper on the sides of the tongue. So um, distilling is certainly an interesting process. Um, the various factors involved in getting the flavor profile. Some has to do with the mash bill, some has to do with the wood of the barrels, some has to do with the amount of time you leave it in the barrels, some has to do with the climate in general around your distillery, some has to do with where in the rick house. Is it up at the top where it gets hotter in the summer and colder in the winter, or is it down at the bottom where it's cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter? So where it is within the rick house. Um, what else? A bunch of stuff. But I think we'll end it there in terms of this video. And maybe we'll see you here again. We'll try another 4 whiskeys, bourbons, rye, Irish whiskey. Who's to say? Okay. So thanks for stopping in.